and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we will be creating the synth tone from Chamber of Reflection by Mac Demarco from his 2014 album called Salad Days. First of all, I'm almost entirely sure that the tuning in this recording has a 435 Hz A rather than 440, which is the standard for most equipment. So in order to capture the vibe perfectly, we will be detuning our oscillators by 20 cents, which is equal to 51 steps in DeepMind's tuning parameter format. Now that it's done, so let's initialize our patch and start from scratch. We're going to use only the sawtooth for the first oscillator and tune the second oscillator an octave down. Add it briefly around a minus 10 decibels, I think. And we're going to apply just a tiny bit of pitch mod. We don't need a huge amount. We'll have a minimal attack figure here, just to eliminate that instant transient, but we're not looking for a very noticeable swell here. Almost zero sustain. We'll have some release around here sounds good to me. This is 347 milliseconds. About 2 seconds of decay. Before low pass, I'll put some high pass here. I think this is good. Okay, so let's do the low pass now. We'll go with 2-pole filtering here, not 4, and set the cutoff around 8.8 kilohertz. Now we're going to send some envelope info to our filter. And give it a bit of attack around here. Okay, around here. No sustain and release like this. We'll have some detuning in our polyphony before going into effects or modulation. So it's going to be unison 3, and we're going to have the unison detune around 109, which means around 22 cents. And we have to have this on retrigger so that the envelopes, all of them, can retrigger from the start again on each note on signal. Okay, so just to sound closer to the album recording, I want to compress this because I want that ducking effect that occurs in the recording. Low threshold, slow time, and relatively high output. After listening to the original, which I cannot include in the video because of copyright issues, and comparing it to what we have now, I've concluded that the equalization difference is in the high mid, so I'll boost the 4K area with a big Q for about 7 dBs. And maybe 8K too. That's just a lot, but let's just do it half a dB just to make my placebo sensors happy, I guess. On the recording, this sound shifts from left to right in a very subtle fashion, so I've tried to mimic that with this auto pan effects we had in DeepMind. And of course some reverb and delay. This unit here allows you to have both of them, so it's great for space economy as we only have 4 slots available. It's basically 5 effects. I'll go ahead and push the balance to having more on the reverb side. Some pre-delay. About a second of decay, I think. Last thing we need to add is having those mini pitch spikes happening in the initial part of our notes. We'll achieve that effect by sending an envelope to our fine-tuned parts of the oscillators. Although you can send this modulation to oscillator 1 and 2 at the same time, I like sending them separately if I have space available and have like slightly different values, just to have more modulation happening, just more randomness basically. And we'll set it around 65. We're going to use the envelope 3. This is the modulation envelope. So the envelope is going to have this amount of attack and 470 milliseconds of decay. It's gonna have no sustain and stock release is fine, I guess. Alright, this sounds pretty close to my ears. And this is the screenshot from the DeepMind Editor, a desktop app, if anyone's interested in seeing that. Like the previous videos, we have a project with other elements as well. I took the liberty of sampling the original drum hits from the beginning of the recording and made a drum track with them. Played bass and the organ on top of it. Let's hear it without the melody. And now with the melody. We're going to use this MIDI channel to trigger my synth. I think we pretty much captured the vibe of the original sound. We're very close. But do let me know what you think in the comments, please. Right, thanks for tuning in today. I hope you found this video informative and useful. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing because I am making videos just like this one every week. You can also suggest a synth, guitar or bass tone and be sure that I will cover it. So take care everybody and see you on the next video. Bye bye.